Who's ready for some boom, baby, boom? And your boys rising and shining at 9 p.m. Finland time because I crashed out. That's right, between all the homies and all the snacks and all the 420, I got like a 420 and eat muffin my buddy hooked me up with. I got something in here. Something. Where's the rest of it? Is in the case, probably. Even a dab. I haven't had a dab in forever, bro. And I just took a nap. My buddy fed me, smoked me, and even gave me some kind in the kind. You know what I mean? And we're gonna smoke some amazing blaze one for the nation on your boy Marquis Saint. Definitely join Weed Club. Definitely get some friends. Where's my oil in the bottom of this? Yes, even the oil too. Join Weed Club, baby. We're in effect the place to be. Your boy Marquis Saint lives a blessed life, and even when I run out, my friends always take care of me. So, turns out, would definitely want something happen. I'm getting all sorts of messages. Would definitely want to come to Vegas sometime. Hope we can make it happens with the time. Maybe Champs MJ BizCons, but definitely we see definitely we see someday. Tell me how the Kim taste in the smoke. Thanks. Take care. So there it is. He just messaged me. I mean, you can't beat this stuff. I had my shitty shirt, but now I got the Beat 2 shirt. I got no weed yesterday. Walked around and was just like, oh man, I got no weed. I got no friends. And nobody, nobody wants to do anything. And my buddy's like, hey, tomorrow I'm gonna pick you up. I'm gonna dab you out, bring you to the house, and hey, do you want to go eat some Thai food? And I'm like, yes, yes, and yes, bro. Let's go. Like, come on. You can't be serious. How can you say no to any of that? And so I did, and I went. You got to say yes to get to the benefits, and that's what ended up happening, bro. I got all this edibles, I got oils, I got weed. I'm like sitting here with my hands full, my stomach's full, my mind's full, my heart is full. And I would have done it earlier in the morning, but I was so tired. Started working on these videos over here, and guess what? Now I'm sitting here talking to you fine folks, talking about how I crashed out. Fuck, dude, my stomach's so full. We ended up, my buddy's like, he's also been to Thailand too, and he said it was authentic Thai food, but the Thai restaurant was closed, and the Vietnamese restaurant was open right next door. So we went and ate Vietnamese food, and I'm supposed to be going to Vietnam in a month, so it's just like kind of prophetic that it, I'm prophetic or prothetic. Anyway, it was nice, bro. It's nice to have some friends, and they're like, you ain't got no weed? Here you go, here you go, here you go. Let me give you some, let me give you some awesome weed, and let me give you some awesome conversation. Let me give you some love. And I wake up, and all these models are like, yeah, I want to model for you. Dick chicks in Finland, they're like, yo, I'll be there, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna be there, bro. And I'm like, okay, let's go, and other girls, yeah, or we can both be on our knees, kissing each other with weed. I'm like, fantasy come true. Or the other one's like, yeah, I remember you. I'll put the Saints addiction all over my stuff. It will be dope. Can't wait to shoot with you. And I'm like, is this my life? Where I feel like I run out of money, my friend will send me like $50 and then I can go get some groceries. And then my other friend will come pick me up and smoke me out. And then my other friend's on his way, so I'm going to roll those joints so I can smoke him out. And it's just, you think that you're out. You think that you're down and out. And guess, nobody likes me. Guess I'll go eat worms type shit. Wow, that's amazing. And then all of a sudden you come up and your friend's like, yeah, come over here, man. Let me cook for you. That was earlier this week. And then the other buddy's like, yo, here's $50. You've always been helping people, Saintsgiving, and I'm over here crashing out because like I fucking mentioned a nipple on LinkedIn and they blocked my whole account. Or like Weed On Shirts just got suspended for no reason and it's been around since 2017, and I've spent $600 to keep that domain name specifically, and they want to go block me. So if it ain't one thing, it's a motherfucking another. I swear I've lost Instagram accounts left, right, and straight. Saints Addiction, Reliable Models, Las Vegas Original, all because I was at the porn convention. I say the one word nipple and report some girl showing her nipple, and all of a sudden I'm the bad guy, and now I can't even get in LinkedIn, which I have over 3,000 accounts. So it's like I crash out. I'm like, fuck, dude, I put so much effort in starting these accounts and having them up and running, and how many like pages have I lost, and how much effort I put into my social media only for them to just go click, delete. And I'm like, yeah, goddamn, I need to smoke, and it's one of those things where I didn't have any weed, and then a friend with weed is a friend indeed. And then for him to know like all the devices, he had the dip devices. I got to do a fucking dab Like I haven't done dabs in forever. He just had all these devices. It was like he was handing me dab. He had the hot knife and then dabbed me out, and then he had the Puffco, and then he fucking threw me on another thing that I haven't seen, like a really dry bird, put it on top of a bong, and then I had to hit that, and I'm just like, bro, I'm high right now. He's like, go ahead, eat this muffin. I'm like, yeah, I'm just high right now. Like, give me a minute. You know what I mean? Like, just give me a minute. He's like, try these out. That was him that just messaged me. And then I wake up from my food coma, and it's like all these girls are like, yeah, I'll wear your shirts, and sure, no problem, and we'll get on our knees and start kissing and have our big Latina Mexican butts touch each other, butts on shirts, weed on shirts, you know. If I still own weed on shirts, you know, spent $600 to keep that domain name, but here we are having this conversation because they want to take my Instagram away from me. It's always something, you know. I remember one time we were here, my buddy was, my business partner was here from Denmark, and as I was adding people for the roofers for our Intersect.ai, I got flagged 2 times. Like, they literally shut down my account like anytime that they can. I guess when you got that kind of vibe or vibration, you're always gonna reverberate differently than other people. Your vibe's gonna just shake the foundations, and this is why I call it crashing out, because when I was a kid, you know, crashing out mean like, you know, I crashed out like I fucking took a nap. Nowadays it means you're on tilt and you don't know how to get yourself back. And this is why Saints Addiction takes place. This is why I'm on a mission to reach, preach, and teach to everybody. And I go every day, you know, to say every day that, you know, it's day by day, just like AA. It's every way, you know, that you can think of, the things that make you go insane, how lonely you are, you know, how ridiculous your cycles are, you know, how much exercise you get, what's happening in your life, and what you got to quit, and everything that I quit to get to this level. Like, one of the girls like, that's amazing that you've stick to it and gone around the world with your brand and all these things. She was kind of gaslighting me, but the truth of it is I was like, that's all hard work, baby. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like everybody will look at, you know, 15 years of hard work, 40 years of hard work, and call it an overnight success. When I know, and you guys know that I have to go live every day. I wake up from those naps. I got to get up early, you know, every morning, 8 o'clock, getting it done, you know, making designs. I was just complaining about a friend who didn't give me a ride, and I had to go after a whole event with my feet still hurting all the way back to the house, walking in the rain, you know, like, sheesh, you know. It's like everybody wants the prize, but nobody wants to pay the price. And the price of an entrepreneur is sometimes you go without, and then all of a sudden everything feels like blessings. So this is like the level of appreciation. Like, if you always have, right, and it's right there in front of you, then of course you're not going to appreciate it. You're like, yeah, my dad's not going to buy me another bike, you know, instead of this, the only bike I got. And I'm like Jim Carrey, where I manifested that shit, you know, with my father, and my father was like, hell yeah, this is what it is. And you're just like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that's what ends up happening. We forget ourselves. We forget how hard it is when the times are tough. It feels so hard, so lonely, and it feels like nothing's working, and we lose our faith. And then when we get everything, right, this is the halo and horns of mostly saints, then we get everything, we become cavalier, almost hubris, you know, and just be like, oh yeah, that's what I expected, and demanded almost, you know, like there's nothing that's owed to us in life, you know. And if we had everything, you know, if everything was perfect, there would be nothing to work on. You know what I mean? Like, there'd be nothing to absolutely work on. You would just have food all the time. That's something that I had to realize. People see me pray all the time, but it's a reflection. Just like the other day of having no food, calling Bamo Pizza like, hey, can you give me a free pizza? I'll pay you later type shit. He didn't answer. But when you're hungry, you're going to see the appreciation in their eyes. This is what's awesome about feeding and Thanksgiving. Watching some of these guys feed on the side of the street, and the cops are like, you can't do this here, and you know, they're always fucking with us, and I guess they fuck with everybody worldwide, but you know, that's the appreciation of it. Just being honest, you know, the appreciation of being able to see a dream come realized, and you've been working at it for so long. I always thought that the business was going to be like a revelation, you know what I mean? Like, it would be like winning the lottery, and then all of a sudden everything would be like, oh, you know, and I'd be like, yes, I made it. And it's not like that at all. It's like the slow process that transforms you, and day by day starts carving you, just like a Grand Canyon would or something like that, where you didn't have anything, and drip by drip it started to shape something, and then it's not like you just got an overnight success. You wouldn't be able to appreciate that. And we talk about appreciation, we talk about accountability, we talk about gratitude, but to have true gratefulness of what's happening in your life, that means you're counting all the things that are happening, not just counting all the negatives and what's not working for you in my life. Like my LinkedIn's not working right now, they want to kill weed on shirts, the Instagram, another fucking hard earned and worked on projects. Is like they're just throwing away all my work, dude. I've been working on this shit for years, bro. I'm like 2017, almost 10 years, almost a whole decade of working on weed on shirts and putting $600 towards it and getting the 3,000 subscribers on LinkedIn and working that. And we just did another event, and I'm the speaker for it, and they just deleted me like that, you know, like Facebook page. Day before my 40th birthday, nobody even knew I turned 40, and I had almost 5,000 people on that account. I lost 72 like pages. I don't even talk about the videos and pictures that were just deleted and I never got back. Lose my FetLife page. It's like I get blocked on everything. I guess I got that block energy, but I also got those blessings. And then I sit here and I look and I go, yeah, I had nothing to something. Who else has oil in Finland? Who else has fucking 420 baked goods and I can put in the refrigerator? And who else has friends on their way to come smoke with me? And I didn't have a fucking pot to piss in, but I still kept smiling. And this, I think, is the key note for people, is like, if it was so easy, we wouldn't appreciate it. If I hadn't missed that meal in Laos that time, the guy stole money out of it. The manager of the hotel stole the money off of us. And I sat there and I thought, oh my God, Shagar, what's up, brother? I didn't do one earlier this morning. I crashed out. I went with my friends to go eat Vietnamese food, but I had never not missed a meal in my life. And I realized that I always could. I mean, you get hungry, but you just have to delay a little bit. There's always someone getting groceries, or I can get a peanut butter jelly, or I can find a way to eat. And yeah, sometimes I didn't have some money, but I could always go to like my friend's shop, and they're like, "Sure, Mark, we got you. We'll get you later." But when you really have nothing, and you hand a meal to somebody that's hungry, that's the most appreciative person you've ever seen. They light up. There's something human about hunger. It's a mammal. It's animal. All the animals in the world have to go and search for things and get calories and find food. And we risk life and limb. For most of us, it's just provided for us. It's just put right in front of us. And then we throw a fit when the zookeeper doesn't bring us our food or brings us our weed, and we kind of entitled, like we hide behind our money, and it doesn't make us any better for the reality, right? Like we don't actually get to be in the real of it and appreciate the things that are in front of us. We'll crash out and be like, oh, this is owed to us, but this might be part of the journey. It might be the part that where you earn the touchdown. You know, you got to do the running before you're out there in the Rocky in front of the fucking what's his name, your boy Smoking Joe Frazier was the actual guy that would run through Philadelphia. It should be a black man up there, not a fake character called Rocky. On top of the steps, he would run through the streets and all the kids would run with him. I think we've all seen that scene. It's that when no one's looking and you were hungry and tired and running at 5 a.m. and it's the montage, bro. Everybody's always seen it's the montage where they're working out and they go from zero to hero, and they had nothing and they made something. And that's what Saints Addiction's all about. Like this shirt was ripped off and I went and put a new design on it. You can still see where the other shirt was off. And I was like, yeah, let me just try it out. Why not, bro? Where you're at right now, you know for sure. You know how you're feeling, you know what you're missing, and you also know what's not happening, right? And then there's the other half where it's like where I'm going. It doesn't matter what's happening now, it's where I'm going, you know? I mean, sure, the train and the view of the train is just right here in this frame, but it changes, bro. Our lives changes, our minds change, and it makes us amazing people once we give ourselves a chance, right, to actually be the human that we can be. And it's part of the journey. You know, it's not a destination. It's not, okay, well, now I got this money. Well, sure, but you could lose your health. And now I got this car, but yeah, she doesn't love you for the car. And now I got this woman, and yes, she can leave you, but you're going to have to be appreciative for the time you spent together. That's the hardest part, is that this time, the power of now, is going by, and we don't appreciate every part of it. And it's the ups, the downs, the smiles, the frowns, you know, the highs, the lows that keep us human, that make us appreciate what's really happening in our lives, what we don't have, and then when we get it, it's almost like Christmas morning. It's still a surprise, and to all of us in our in the human experience, to say, hey, sure, my life's not perfect, but perfectly imperfect. At least I am alive. I'm healthy. I'm wealthy. I'm wise. Get yourself some fucking mantras. Like they're mine or mine. I am safe. I am loved, and everything's gonna be okay. Just so happens to be just like that. I think her name's Ruth Higgins. She's been doing this since the 60s and 70s. Another female person. And what was the word she was saying for? I don't have my other phone on me, but she was just like, the art of positive thinking. Like if you she took it to heart, just like Jim Carrey did, where he said, if you believe, he had an Irish, a Catholic teacher, and if you really believe, and he was like, I want a bike, and sure as shit he got a bike. And then and that belief is the mustard seed. I keep talking about it all this week, but it moves mountains. I would have never known that my friends were going to tap me up, pick me up, feed me, smoke me, and then bring me right back. And I was just stuffed. I had some fucking what do you call it, wontons, some beef pork wontons, and a big bowl of pho and soup, and hot, and on a nice cloudy day, and have conversations with my friends, and 50 euros of food later, and all these blessings that they gave me. Like I definitely joined Weed Club, baby, and I've given him a shirt. Wanted him to have a shirt. He's fucking grateful. I'm grateful. It's a whole feeling of appreciation, that if I didn't miss the next meal wouldn't have been tasting so good. And if it wasn't closed for the Thai food, it was meant that I should go to the Vietnamese food. And when I think I have nothing, my friends show up and give me everything, including like my other friend the other day, fed me, made a meal while I took a shower at his place, came out, we ate right in front of the big screen TV watching Transformers. I'm just like, everything's a blessing. So you would probably say, oh man, I need a Ferrari, or I need a hot chick, or I need a pile of money. This is my pile. This is my pile. These little goodies that I can get from my friends that I wouldn't even have anything from before. And now I got a little bit of weed, and I got, I got a bunch of conversation, and I got to share with them a meal. And that's where I'm grateful for. You know what I mean? I mean, really grateful for. It's not one of those things like false gratitude. It's real gratitude. And it's almost like a prisoner getting out of jail. That's going to be your next best meal. And they talked about this in Fight Club, where the guy was in the back of the shop, and he was like, why aren't you going to college? And he's like, what? Huh? And he's like, got a gun to his head in the back of the shop, and he's like, go to college, bro. And he said his next meal will be his best meal, because we get latency, we get into our what's the word that I want to say? Not comparability, but the complacency. And that, we just sit there and just go, oh, everything's so numb. Day after days go by, and we don't challenge ourselves. And that was one of the biggest things I did in my life, was say, I'm going to do something new every day. I'm going to do something different every day. And that was the challenge. And I feel like I lived a full life, that I can go around the world, and just, I started to go, oh yeah, when I was in Thailand, and just throwing it around. Oh yeah, I always go to Thailand. And I'm like, look at this bearded, tan dude, dark skin from America, talking about how many times he's been to Thailand, and how I've been going for 15 years and traveled the world and seen all seven wonders of the world, and been around the world over 3 different times, and speak about 10 different languages, and just act like that. But I'm just 5'7" guy from little old Boulder City, California, or Nevada. I almost said Colorado and went to California, then it went to Nevada. I went to just a Boulder City outside of Las Vegas. They were asking me like, where are you from? And I'm like, I'm from New Orleans. You know what I mean? Like Francis Mark Saint Arnaud the Sixth. But to say the lineage of my family, and just to be, I'm from New Orleans. I'm born in New Orleans. My mom's born in New Orleans. My grandma's born in New Orleans, and so's her mom. And to be like, I just broke free from this whole mold that I wanted to. And sure, I don't have a good relationship with my siblings, and sure, I don't have a good relationship with my dad. But my dad never traveled. He was like, you're on your walkabout, you know what I mean? Mate, this ain't a knife, this is a knife. It's like, it's not a walkabout, Dad. This is world travel. Let the words come out of your mouth. Like, I am a official world traveler. I'm not a tourist. I don't just go to these places for a week and just get to know. No, I know these people. He's like, you love Finland? I'm like, I love Finland in the summertime, but like not in the winter time. So it's one of those things, my friend's on time. So I'm going to go smoke this weed. Definitely join Weed Club. You already know, peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever, and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. But the other side of your fear, the other side of your excuses and the other side of the world, because that's where I'll be. Peace. Let's get in here real quick. I got you, cigar. Hello, sir. Working late night? Yeah, I just woke up, bro. Yeah, I was up earlier. Yeah, from few days. Yeah, from few days. I'm not much active. No worries. Skipping meals and it's disastrous for metabolism. Absolutely. I like fasting, but this was like I was starving. Except your Aranin fasting mode. I think that's what you were talking about. Whenever I skip the meals at night, I deteriorate for circulating. I was really hungry last night, but I wanted to go to sleep, so I had to wake up and eat. Yep. And then that made me even hungrier this morning, and I had a full meal thanks to my friend sending me $50. No problem. And skipping day meals. Yep. Holler. With who he speak. I'm speak to myself in the world, bro. But breakfast is necessary. I had some breakfast. I had the granola. I had the fresh fruit. What was that sound? That's my friend knocking. I love that self-help book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. A lot of people are in on that. You know, we have enough resistance in our mind from what's happening in our lives. Why are we caring about what other people think? And I didn't get that from that book, but one girl was at hospice and she had the old people and they were saying something to the effect of, why did I let Betty down the street dictate my life for me, you know, thinking worried about what she would think or judge me. I didn't live my life fully. And I can tell you I've lived my life fully. I still want to have children though. Have you ever grown hydroponic weed? Of course, this is what this is. My buddy's got all the weed in the world, garden and lounge. Yep. Your next destination near future, planning to visit Vietnam. If anybody get us, we ate Vietnamese food today, had a big things. And New Orleans is where I'm from, baby, the Noya. So it's a blessing to have Thailand, shells from Thailand and shirts from Finland and ideas abound. And I'm going to go all these places and just talk like this. It's my biggest dream come true. It really is too. So my friends outside, I'm going to smoke this live. I guess we can go outside, but yeah, you can hear me brag and shit about all my times, but it's not Vietnam. Yeah, bro, I never been. I've always gone to Thailand. Look at me. I've always gone to Thailand. I've always been here. I just get to go, blah, 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 blah. No, but I've always been able to go to these places and do these things, and now my friend's waiting for me and I want to get into it. So shall we I got the key. Let's go smoke. And I'm gonna brag about all the things that I've done today with my homie. It's nice outside, baby. Nice fresh air. Come outside, just enjoy a smoke, chill the fuck out. Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, visit places. I've never been any of those places. I actually plan on going to what's it called? Da Nang. Going to Da Nang. What up, son? Perfect timing. Yeah, dude, I've been asleep all day, and as soon as I wake up, you're like, you want to go smoke? And I'm like, hell yeah. And now I got some weed when we didn't have any yesterday, and my buddy just took me out for some food, and he got me some oil. I got weed oil. I got edibles. Yeah, exactly. Remember how hard up we were yesterday? I was about to find a stranger. I was like, hey, stranger, give me your weed. I'm going to beat you up. And weed's not a violent sport. And I almost beat somebody up for the weed they didn't have. Yeah.
Let's go to by the river.
I'm smoking this right now. I haven't smoked all day.
Yeah.
He just dabbed me out.
Well,
I got dabs. He had a Puffco. He had a bong where you can put the dry herb and smoke it through the bong. Like, I got smoked out today, bro. Then I came here and then I took a nap. Even Yodi was like, fuck, he's out. And I was like, I was in a food coma, weed coma, you know what I mean? I was like, all like passed out. And then I wake up and all these girls are like, I'll model for you. I remember you. And I was like, what is going on right now? So I'm grateful. Yeah, I'm still alive. I'm trying to finish it up here. Da Nang, yep. Saul, what up? Did you jettison ultra processed food? Yeah, dude, no more processed food, no more fried foods, no more fast foods, none of that. I eat full breakfasts, healthy shit, bro. I had a great apple, you know, a nice solid apple and all that fruit that we went shopping for yesterday. I had a big breakfast. Then they took me out and ate. He went and picked me up right here in Nesty, took me all the way to Hakanilla, fed me, fucking smoked me, gave me a bunch of stuff for the road, dropped me back off. I was like, what the hell? So when I was done, about 4 o'clock, I passed out, woke up at 8 o'clock, like, oh shit, you know, like, okay, I didn't even do a morning motivation, you know what I mean? Yeah, a real good nap, bro. Stomach's full, bro, and smile is on, so, yeah. Not bad for a guy where his LinkedIn account got killed because I said the word nipple, and then they want to kill weed on shirts. I was like, fuck off. I got things to smile about. So I had about 4 girls in my DMs going like, I want to model for you, I want to model for you, I want to model for you. And I'm like, what is going on? So you got to kind of stick around long enough for the blessings to happen. That's what I really have found out. And that's, I think, is what faith is. So it's a blessing. And this weed tastes really good. He grows it himself, hand grown. Hey, that's my hat. I stole that from you. That's my hat, officially. No.
People try to steal money.
Yeah, it's so cool, you know? Try that, my friend. So everything's in perfect alignment. I got up. My friend's here on time. I got to eat. I did my morning motivation. I was thinking about skipping it because this morning I was just working and it was all quiet. And you know how quiet Finland gets when everybody's there and nobody says anything? That happened. Yeah, like now. It's nice and quiet. No one's around. And it's fresh.
Look, here comes the weirdo.
Is he? No, that's not him. He's walking away.
That is him.
Is it really? This motherfuckers, they're all in the cut. Look at this. This motherfucker. Yeah, well, all my friends are here right now. Yeah.
By the river, at the mill.
The Weirdy Beardy.
Älähän se pikku rosvokopla hengää.
Weirdy Beardy, what up? Hit this.
No.
Okay. So we're all in perfect alignment. I gotta get my jacket though. I'll be inside. Let me grab it and we'll go. Perfect life, bro. Right on time. So where everybody else doesn't get it, I hang around long enough for the blessings, and it's transformed my life. So I can only tell you that I watch people in active addiction. They can make it out. You know, if they want to get sober, there's a better life to live, and that's what I've been living. My blessed life, and my best life, and my blessed life. So I'm grateful as fuck, man. Literally, physically, all these things are a blessing. I need to go get my hoodie on. My friends are waiting. And yeah, I squeeze in a morning motivation, baby. So I've been doing this for almost 10, 15 years. The only time I've ever missed going alive was when I lost children. So, you know, I stay steady on my grind all the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it takes sometimes. You know, you got to be about your shit. And most people, they just keep forgetting. And I'm going to go smoke some more weed with my friends, share the blessings that I have. You know what I mean? And go outside and get some fresh air, go for a night walk off some of this fucking food. I got plenty of food. I still got food from when my friend cooked. He gave me some fucking, he cooked a meal for me while I was in the shower. And yeah, I still got food. So it's like I got plenty of food to eat the week, breakfast, all the combinations and things. And now I get to put on my own hoodie, Saints Addiction, baby, matching logos. You already know. Matching logos. Of course, that didn't stick, but matching logos. I fucking go in, rock my life. You know what I'm saying? Put on my own designs that I created myself, my own brand from nothing. Came from nothing, made something, and that's where the blessing is. So that's what Saints Addiction is, man. You know? It's my addiction to a better life, to a thought, an idea. It was just a fart in my head that I could travel the world and go do things and see things and speak different languages and eat different foods, and friends that have traveled the world and talking about Sri Lanka and all sorts of shit. So, and then all of a sudden my friends come out of nowhere in the dark and they're ready to go hang out. So we're going to go park and spark, go hang out. Definitely Saints Addiction. And if you're feeling like world travel, and you're feeling like you want to overcome depression and abortion and loss and still smile like a boss, it's fucking badass. So it's not freezing, it's just a little bit cold, but that's my morning's motivation. If you got anything out of this, you already know, go ahead, like, share, subscribe below, but keep pushing. You know, don't give up, because you don't know what's on the other side. And that's something that I learned out on the road. It just like, you think all the things are bad, and then guess what? The universe smiles upon you and gives you a chance to relax. I do my deep sleep, my megahertz right there. You know what I mean? And I slept. I made up on some sleep. My friends are here to go creep and peep with me, and then we go smoke some real weed. My buddy, I just smoked. I haven't smoked yesterday, so today I had dabs and fresh weed, and my buddy gave me some. So Saints Addiction. Please go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. But go over to Saints_addiction because they deleted the other Saints Addiction account. And go ahead, give that a follow, subscribe. I got to build it back up. So that's my morning motivation. You got anything out of this? You already know, like, share, subscribe below. But peace and love. And as always, Jigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever in Phoenix. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. Bye. See you later, Sognar. I'll see you, bro. Yep, the weed also helps in concentration. Yeah, the weather is not freezing. It's beautiful and fresh, and the leaves are changing, and it's beautiful to see the aspen leaves go from green to yellow. It was awesome, absolute blessing. Every day is. Peace.